Hello YouTube. I'd like to start off, sorry for maybe the color variations that you might be getting. The filter has a little trouble with the light spectrum. But welcome to Electric Farm's Grow Facility. This is our proof of concept business model. We use aquaponics. We don't add much as line of nutrients. I mean, we add some little bit of iron, maybe a little bit of calcium that we pull from crushed oyster shells, some calcium bicarbonate. That we use a little bit of vinegar to strip and add in there. But that's about it as far as our nutrient line goes. What we do is we actually add in some fish food, and our fish bring about our production. In this system right here, we have, again, just a large pool. It's an Intex pool that you can have here. True dimensions are 11 by 23. We have about 1,100 grow sites with hermeneutically sealed float trays. Here, and I think it's about 32 sites that we have in each tray. And what we're doing is we're starting our lettuces. We float them down, and at the end we harvest. That's the general idea. You can see some in different stages of growth. I had to stagger them a little bit to help out with our production, to maybe the demand. I wasn't sure what the demand was going to be. We're just starting the facility, so right now I had to fill in everything for full production. So you can see it here growing up, and I'll try to show you here. This is kind of what the plants look. We have 8 different varieties that we're growing right now. We might drop down 2 different varieties for other reasons, but here we have a very incised leaf variety. This has a crunchy, kind of stringy texture into lettuce for a nice mouthfeel. We also have maybe some oak leaf butter heads that you see there that are produced, and they look kind of funky because we've already harvested them a couple of times. So you can see here we stripped some leaves, left a few of the central node there for them to all grow back at. And you see some little lettuces growing in there. So we have 4 different types of butter heads that we've been testing, and then also 4 different types of incised leaves. And I think we're going to go with maybe 6 different varieties to get our ultimate blend. This one brings in a nice, real full mouthfeel as you have there, real springy, crunchy, just fills your mouth with goodness. All of these varieties, depending, even the reds and the greens and all of them, they have a very similar taste in this, which is a very mild, fresh, green lettuce taste. And again, you just put them in the fridge overnight and you get a real nice, crisp, fresh, tender lettuce, which is really nice. Everybody, I haven't had any complaints. Actually, lots of people been very excited about it. So our facility runs about 60 amps, again produces about 1,100 heads that we're doing here. They grow out in about from a week to a week and a half to fill back in an ounce. So we can produce, I guess, about 1,000 ounces a week, and we're testing that right now to make sure that's right, and also testing different varieties. We might actually get we may start to take these out and replace these with more of the oak leaf varieties. They're better producers. Even though these are nice traditional butter heads that you see here, they just don't put on quite as well as some of the others. The temperature in the grow facility right now, it can hang anywhere between 70 and 75 degrees. This is a 300-gallon tank that we have here. Right now we have about 160 to 200 goldfish. As you can see, some of them kind of swimming there. I use Venturi pumps, so we suck in the air. I don't have to have additional air into it. We have one central pump pumping that water up, and then I have one 4,500-gallon pump to circulate my water to get a nice current going to, and I say I should say our, as Tad and I are beginning the venture, and we're trying to really grow the business up. And over here I did I could do a whole bunch. Let me see. I could do as many as I wanted to. Germination, very easy, makes a little microclimate to do the growth there. But facility is really nice. What we're trying to do is be able to grow these out, demonstrate the model, show that the production, exactly the cost to make the production, what it is, and show how profitable this is, and then sell and build these systems out for produce distributors and farmers, anybody that would like to begin this venture in bagged lettuces, or even they can produce lettuce heads if they so choose. Also, over here, this is our little wash station that we have here. We don't do a big quantity, as you know, even though we could use a 30-gallon spinner. They run for anywhere from $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 for those big commercials. So right now we rely on this little 5-gallon dude. And this dude wasn't cheap either. It was about $105 or so for this little dude. This is our ozone generator, and we use this to sterilize our lettuce. We clean them with ozone. We inject the ozone into the water, and it's actually pretty neat. I'll show the operation in another video. And basically, after we harvest the lettuce, we have them in 5-gallon buckets, and we fill the buckets full of the ozone water. We leave them for about 5 minutes to help take any viruses or strip anything. If there happens to be anything, shouldn't be anything there, but also to help cleanse the lettuce. And we take that off, and we spin it out, and we bag it up and stamp it and send it straight out to our local stores. Here's a fresh air intake that Tad, this is a little filter box that he made himself. And so we have an intake going up here. You can see it going right over there to our Samsung 360 unit that also pivots the air and moves it around. And that fresh air intake gets injected and conditioned straight in there before it enters. We don't use any pesticides, any herbicides, so you have no residues on the plants. Our wash does not, including chlorine or anything like that. The ozone dissipates straight into back into oxygen there within about 15-30 minutes, no more than that usually. And it also helps keep the lettuce fresh. And you can see here's some that's really ready to harvest again. We'll strip all these off, run that process there. See that? And I'll be harvesting actually tomorrow evening to fill up all the stores as they're getting sold out already. I wasn't anticipating the demand, which is not a bad problem to have. So I'll inform you more on our system as we go along. I just want to try to keep the videos under 10 minutes. If you've got some questions or you would like to ask something, I'd love to share that stuff with you. But again, with the aquaponics, there's a lot of misinformation. You have to do a lot of research and testing and seeing kind of where your abilities lie. They're easy systems usually to operate. If you know some basics on doing that, I can show anybody to operate the system. Building them out using simple processes, sometimes they're overbuilt and then that makes them not very profitable. There are a lot of systems out there that are not profitable. This one is very profitable. And that's what we're trying to show, and we'd like to mitigate the travel expense of lettuces so that lettuces can be grown right next to facilities, distribution facilities. So we want to get in with produce distributors, maybe some local farmers that are close by produce distributors, so they're able to produce all this and take it straight over so that they can distribute it out instead of having to bring it all the way from Arizona or another state or maybe even all the way north. And then I have a product that's already 2 or 3 days old. This can go fresh, straight out the door, straight through the produce distributor, straight to the stores. As they're going there, that is, and it takes just a few days and keeps really well. So that's kind of our idea. Again, I'll show you more videos into the future. This is Electric Farms, and this is our aquaponics system. And we're looking forward to working with you if possible. Thanks.